Hi guys, this is Wes Harrison with Above and Beyond Auto Repair, and I'm on a long drive from Colorado with some indoor skydiving training for my skydiving hobby, and I'm making some videos. This video is about coolant temp sensors. A coolant temperature sensor tells the car's computer how hot or how cold the vehicle is at any given point in time. The computer needs to know how hot or how cold the vehicle is to accurately adjust the fuel mixture that the engine uses for getting the best gas mileage. If the coolant temp sensor says that it's running colder than what it actually is, the computer will add more gas than it absolutely needs to. And what will happen is you'll get real bad gas mileage. If it does it bad enough, you'll get a smell, a rotten egg smell coming out, because the catalytic converter is trying to burn off all the extra fuel that's not necessary. Or on the other hand, if it's reading hotter or shorted out, if it's reading hotter than what the engine actually is, the engine will lean the fuel out so far that it may barely run. You won't get very good power. Sometimes when it's cold outside, it won't even start. The coolant temp sensor is a very critical, important sensor, and it uses that information with an ambient air temperature. The ambient air temperature is the sensor that measures what the ambient air temperature is, how hot it is outside. Now, when your vehicle is completely cold, if you plug it into a scanner and you have the ability to read the numbers, as long as the ambient air temperature and the coolant temp sensor are within 4 degrees of each other, then both sensors, and I need to add, as long as both sensors are within 4 degrees of each other, and that's within 4 degrees of what it really is outside, not in the sun, but just outside as a general rule of thumb, then everybody's reading like they're supposed to, and you don't have any issues there. If one of the sensors is reading wrong, you'll know, because but you can only do this when the car's been sitting overnight, for example. It's got to be, it can't be run, otherwise it's going to be off. Your readings will be off. You can tell which sensor is off just by letting the car sit overnight and then taking a reading first thing in the morning. And whichever one's out of whack, you'll know, because if it says it's 100 degrees outside and the coolant temperature says it's 100 degrees, ambient air temperature saying it's 72, the thermometer saying it's 73, it's a dead giveaway. Coolant temp sensor is reading hotter than what it's supposed to. The most common sensor that goes out is the coolant temp sensor. So just a heads up on that. If you suspect that you're having a coolant temperature sensor issue, that is the check. Let the car sit overnight, scan it, see what the readings are, see if it agrees with what it is outside, and if it does, you've got another issue going on. Real commonly, coolant temp sensors will be replaced because of a short. More often than not, there's a short in the wiring harness somewhere, and that's what's causing it to read wrong, or a wire's broken somewhere, and that's what's causing it to read a lot colder than what it is. Short usually makes it read real hot, and an open usually makes it read real cold. And you'll know right off the bat if you have the ability to monitor and see. Now, what you can also do to test your coolant temp sensor is you can find out what the values are for the given temperature, and you can find out what the resistance is across the terminals. And there is, if you go to Mitchell On Demand, which is available at the public library, or in the state of Missouri, Mitchell On Demand is available at the public library for free. Some other states may have all data, something like that, but you can find out the information at the library, and you can test your coolant temp sensor if that's what you suspect is wrong, and you can figure out right off the bat if that's right or not. If you have any questions about your coolant temp sensor, or what it does or how it does it, feel free to give us a call, 816-453-8282. And of course, you can find us online at aboveandbeyondautorepair.com. I hope this little tidbit about coolant temp sensors gives you a little insight and a little more understanding of what it is and what it does. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.